Welcome to our YouTube video about news of Ukraine in the world of military. In this video, we will be discussing the recent news that Poland will be offering a unique service to repair both Ukrainian T-64 and Leopard 2 tanks in one convenient location. This partnership is a significant step forward in strengthening the bond between these two countries, and we're excited to share all the details with you. So sit back, relax, and join us as we explore this exciting development in military cooperation between Poland and Ukraine. Russian Lancet destroys US 155mm M109 self-propelled howitzer. Over the past few weeks, there has been a noticeable increase in the utilization of the Lancet kamikaze drones by the Russian military. These drones have proven to be the most effective and successful among the Russian forces engaged in the conflict in Ukraine. On the other hand, other Russian drones such as Orlan 10 have failed to demonstrate their capabilities and have not been as successful in the conflict. A reconnaissance drone equipped with a camera has captured footage of a Russian Lancet drone colliding with an American M109 self-propelled howitzer on the battlefield in Ukraine. Despite the howitzer's concealment in underbrush, the Lancet drone successfully located and targeted it, resulting in a direct impact and the immediate start of a growing fire. The M109 was unable to defend against this type of attack from a loitering drone. Although the time and location of the video remain unclear, the author of the video shared on Telegram wrote, "Another American 155mm M109 self-propelled gun has been eliminated, as is typical after encountering a Lancet drone." It is worth noting that over the past month, there has been a significant increase in the use of kamikaze drones to target self-propelled guns and towed artillery, resulting in the destruction of dozens of units. What do we know about Lancet? The Russian Lancet drone possesses characteristics typical of kamikaze drones. According to available information, the wingspan of the Lancet drone measures just 1 meter. The payload it carries, including the warhead, weighs up to 3 kilograms, with the entire drone weighing in at only 12 kilograms. Notably, the Lancet drone boasts impressive speed capabilities. During search or tracking mode, the drone can achieve speeds between 80 kilometers per hour and 100 kilometers per hour. However, once the target has been acquired, the drone increases its speed to 300 kilometers per hour to maximize the effectiveness of its attack. The drone is propelled by an electric motor. About M109 howitzer. The M109 is a self-propelled howitzer of American origin, first introduced in the 1960s and undergoing several upgrades since then. It continues to be manufactured in the United States and has participated in 13 different military conflicts around the world from the 1960s to the present day. The howitzer is currently in service in over 30 countries globally. The chassis of the M109 is powered by a Detroit diesel 8V71T engine, which provides the howitzer with a maximum power output of 450 horsepower. Its suspension is designed with a torsion bar system. The maximum speed achievable by the howitzer is 56 kilometers per hour, while a full fuel tank allows it to travel up to 350 kilometers. Weighing in at 27.5 tons, the howitzer requires a crew of 4 individuals to operate. Its primary armament is a 155mm artillery cannon, capable of firing a range of projectiles. These include conventional shells, which have a range of up to 21 kilometers, wrap shells with a range of up to 30 kilometers, and Excalibur shells with an impressive range of up to 40 kilometers. The howitzer is capable of firing up to 4 shells per minute at maximum capacity. Additionally, the M109 is equipped with a minor armament of 50 caliber M2 machine gun. Romania has already seen a real T-55 versus T-72 duel. The outcome surprised everyone. Reports indicate that the Russian Army's invasion forces are deploying old T-54/55 tanks to the front lines in Ukraine. While these tanks may primarily serve as stationary firing points entrenched in the ground, there is still a possibility that they may engage with Ukrainian T-72 tanks. Despite the significant technological gap between these combat vehicles, the outcome of hypothetical combat cannot be definitively predicted. Factors such as crew readiness and situational awareness will also play a critical role in determining the outcome. To provide an illustrative example, it is worth recalling the tank battle that occurred on December 24, 1989, during the Romanian Revolution that led to the Ceausescu regime's overthrow. During this battle, a T-55 platoon faced off against a T-72A platoon of the Romanian army. Remarkably, a single T-55 was able to hit the T-72A with 5 100mm caliber shots without suffering any backfire. In this case, the tank specifications were not the sole determining factor. This is perhaps the only known instance of a T-55 engaging in combat against a T-72, and we have decided to analyze it in detail. To fully understand the context of the T-55 versus T-72A tank battle that occurred during the Romanian Revolution in December 1989, it's important to consider the broader military landscape of the time. During the period of the Warsaw Pact, the T-72A was considered a secret tank in the Romanian military, with all 30 of these vehicles being reserved for the elite Vlad Tepes regiment in a single, secretive tank battalion. While the Ceausescu regime ensured that these tanks had ample ammunition supplies, their priority was to ensure the loyalty of their crews to the party and government. In contrast, the majority of the Romanian military only had access to T-55 tanks, and some even operated with older T-34-85 tanks. During the revolution in December 1989, the Romanian military initially received orders to operate in anti-terrorist operation mode, with the task of destroying terrorist tanks allegedly captured by civilians planning to attack military facilities. Meanwhile, those opposing the Ceausescu regime were anticipating the arrival of Soviet military forces to support the regime and were preparing to engage Russian tanks if necessary. During the Romanian Revolution in December 1989, the military initially received orders to operate in anti-terrorist operation mode, which involved destroying terrorist tanks allegedly captured by civilians planning to attack military facilities. On the other hand, those opposed to the Ceausescu regime were expecting the arrival of Soviet military forces to support the regime. Consequently, the rebels were prepared to engage Russian tanks if necessary and were confident that Russian tanks were already on Romanian territory. As a result, the crew of a Romanian T-55 did not hesitate to open fire on the T-72A, mistaking it for a Russian tank. The T-55 successfully landed 5 hits with 100mm rounds, including 3 HEFRAG shells and 2 shape-charge BK-412 AP heat shells. The T-72A sustained damage to the antenna, fuel tank, and rear armor plate, while the 2 armor-piercing rounds hit the engine section. Strangely, there was no fire returned from the T-72A, and it remains unclear why. The crew may have received no ammunition or opted to retreat. The soldiers inside the T-72A survived the 5 hits and fled the vehicle, which was later repaired and returned to service. It's worth noting that the armed forces of Ukraine currently use modernized T-55 tanks, specifically the M55S version received from Slovenia, to combat Russian forces. The modernization of these tanks is significant as it includes replacing the original 100mm gun with the 105mm L7, which is equipped with a digital fire control system. The 105mm tank subcaliber penetrator used by L7 is capable of penetrating 450 to 500mm of homogeneous armor, compared to the 3 UBM-11 ammunition fired by the standard T-55's D10T2S gun, which can only penetrate 300mm of armor. All tanks used by the Ukrainian army are employed to repel Russian invaders from Ukrainian territory. Therefore, the possibility of a confrontation between an M55S and an enemy T-72 cannot be ruled out, provided that the Russian military has not exhausted their supply of T-72 tanks by that point. Poland opens repair facility for Ukrainian tanks. Poland's Bumerlebdy tank plant will be repairing damaged Ukrainian T-64 tanks, following an agreement between the Polish and Ukrainian defense conglomerates Polska Grupa Zbrojeniowa (PGZ) and Ukroboronprom, according to a press release by PGZ on April 7th. The Bumerlebdy facility is well equipped for this task, having been designed for the maintenance and refurbishment of Polish tanks based on Soviet-era designs. The program will also extend to servicing T-72 and PT-91 main battle tanks previously transferred by Poland to Ukraine. There is also a possibility of covering German-made Leopard 2 tanks in the future, as the company has acquired the necessary knowledge, technical means, and experience for the modernization of Leopard 2A4 tanks to the 2PL standard for the Polish Army. Apart from tank maintenance and repairs, the agreement also includes the joint manufacture of 125mm tank shells, as reported by Ukroboronprom in a Telegram post on April 6th. Write your thoughts in the comments. Your opinion is very important to me. Also subscribe if you are ready to be aware of recent military news.